On my 70th birthday, after I spent $50,000 to fly my entire family to a private villa, my son stood up and told me I was a senile burden who needed to sign over my company and move to a nursing home. He thought he had me cornered. But what he didn't know was that I had already moved every cent out of his reach. My name is Arthur Sterling. I spent 40 years building a real estate empire worth $30 million from nothing but a toolbox and a dream. I raised my son, Julian, with the best of everything, planning to leave it all to him. But money doesn't just buy comfort. Sometimes, it buys masks. Subscribe to Betrayal Files because this lesson in justice is one you won't forget. I gave Julian a $200,000 education and a VP position, yet he treated me like an expiring asset. I started noticing mistakes in the books and whispers about my mental health. To test the truth, I told him I'd made a bad investment and we were facing bankruptcy. Instead of helping, Julian laughed. He told me he'd already consulted lawyers to declare me incompetent so he could seize the remaining assets. He didn't care about my life's work. He only cared about the carcass of my fortune. I even overheard him telling his friends he couldn't wait for the old man to kick the bucket. I didn't get angry. I got clinical. While Julian was busy picking out a new Ferrari he couldn't afford, I met with my longtime attorney. We created an irrevocable trust for my charitable foundation and moved the liquid assets to offshore accounts. I left exactly $5,000 in our joint operating account, just enough of a hook. When he finally tried to make his move and fire me from my own company, he found the locks changed and his corporate credit cards declined. I watched through the security feed as his face turned pale. I sent him one text, "The bank is closed, son." Julian lost everything. Without my backing, his debts piled up, and he's now working a retail job just to pay rent. Meanwhile, I've retired to a quiet estate in Nerja, Spain, where the ocean is the only thing that talks back to me. The lesson: never mistake a father's silence for weakness. Dignity is worth more than any inheritance. If you believe in standing your ground, like this video and subscribe to Betrayal Files.